Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with my September monthly favorites, and actually I did not do an August favorite, so this is really August and September favorites. I have my top 10 things that have made my life better in the last couple of months coming up for you. I've got a couple beauty favorites, some fitness-ish favorites, even some Disney favorites. Those will come toward the end of this video, so I'm just gonna jump right in. This is my top 10 favorites for September and August as well. I'm going to start my top 10 list with my favorite beauty items of the month, and I like to start with beauty items because it's kind of the part that I feel the most uncomfortable about. I'm not a beauty YouTuber. I like watching beauty YouTubers, but that is by no means my area of expertise. I'm a little bit out of my depth sometimes when it comes to beauty, but I am a woman who enjoys beauty products, and I want to share with you the things that I really enjoyed this month. So number one thing on my top 10 list this month, and first beauty product, is this night serum by Peter Thomas Roth. This is the Retinol Fusion PM Night Serum, and my sister-in-law gave this to me when we were out visiting them in August, and she was kind of going through some skin issues and she was trying a whole bunch of different products, and she had an extra bottle of this, and she said that it just totally changed her skin and has worked wonders for her. And I was kind of looking for a new serum, so I thought, awesome, I will definitely try this out, especially for free. And I've been using this now for about a month. I've barely made a dent in it. It's gonna last me for forever. It just has like a little eyedropper thing to apply it with, and basically I just, after I moisturize at night, I put this on my face, kind of all over the place. It just feels like a nice face oil basically, and my skin has been so well behaved ever since I started using this. I've had like zero breakouts. Things seem to have evened out in terms of color and texture. I tend to lean toward dry skin, and I feel like I've had fewer problems with my skin being dry, and I also have a little like bit of agey spots on my skin, and those have started to fade a little bit as well. So I don't know if I can entirely attribute it to this because I have one more skin thing I'm going to show you, but this has been awesome, and when I finally use this up, which I think is going to be like forever from now, I will probably repurchase this. I will leave a link to this down below if you're looking for some new skincare. I don't know that much about what Retinol Fusion serums do, but I like what this one has done for me, so thumbs way up, and this is my top beauty recommendation of the month. Okay, the next item that I have is also skincare related. It is this tiny little face mask. It's actually a sample that I received from Sisley Paris. This is the Black Rose Cream Mask. It says Instant Youth, Smoothing, Plumping, and Brightening. Let me give you a quick close-up of this teeny little sample tube that I have. So there it is, it's itty bitty. I actually received this sample in a beauty subscription box, and I enjoy skin masks, face masks, and this is probably the best one I've ever used in my life ever. I think I've been able to squeeze like 4 or 5 uses out of this sample before. There might be like another 1 or 2 left in here. I'm like savoring it as much as I can. But the day after I use this mask, I have like the best skin days that I've ever had in my entire life. I do not know what this stuff is other than Black Rose Cream, but it is freaking magical. Now, what is not magical about this is the price. I, of course, want to have this in my life on a regular basis, but the full-size product costs almost $200. $200! I don't have $200 to spend on a face mask, which is why I'm like hoarding the final drops of this product, and honestly, I might ask for this for Christmas, or I might start like a small piggy bank to put my extra change and funds in just to save up to buy the full-size product. That's how much I love it, but I cannot get down with the price. I cannot believe how expensive it is. It's so expensive, but it's so good. I don't know, who else is in this? Have you tried this? This is a conundrum, and like it's the best skincare possible, and I cannot afford it. Help me people. Okay, I'm gonna link to it down below, so if you are lucky enough to be able to afford this miracle little product, like, you go get it, and I will live vicariously through you. And the final beauty related item that I have on my favorites list this month is actually a lip balm. And this lip balm is by Oribe. And Oribe is known for hair products, of which I have very few because they're also quite expensive. But I received this, I think for Christmas. That was a long time ago, in a little gift set. It had like a couple hair products, and it had, I think, a perfume, and then it had this lip balm. And I kind of held off on trying it because I thought, well, they're a hair brand. How good can their lip balm be? As it turns out, their lip balm is freaking awesome. It kind of reminds me of the By Terry Baume de Rose lip balm in terms of its texture, but this stays on for forever. And if I have any sort of dry lip situation or chapped lip situation, basically I just wear this overnight and it heals. I also wore this when we were in Las Vegas this summer, and it was very dry there. And my skin doesn't do great with dry, my lips don't do great with dry, but I just put a little bit of this on during the day. It stayed on pretty much all day, and my lips never got overly dry or chapped. So this Oribe lip balm is great. I'll see if I can find it online, and if I can find it on its own, I'll leave a link down below. I have no idea how much it costs. Like I said, I got it in a gift set, but I do want to recommend it, and you have to give props to the packaging. It makes me feel very glamorous, right? Pretty, huh? Whew, made it through the beauty, so now I can move on to things that I feel slightly more comfortable talking about. The next thing I want to share with you, I'm going to kind of call a fitness favorite, even though in reality it's more of a snacky favorite. But here's the deal. I have been training for my first half marathon at Disney World at the end of November, and I've been noticing as I've been learning a little bit more about long distance running that runners bring with them these little packets of like goo and gel, so when they're on the race course and they start to crash, they like eat the goo or they eat the gel. And you can probably tell from the look on my face that I'm not excited about the idea of like eating a goo or eating some like jelly. Ugh. I'm kind of a texture person, and that just sounds kind of foul to me. Like I'll be running and then I'll try to eat goo and then I'll just throw up immediately. So I've been kind of asking around, and I asked one of my YouTube friends actually, Laura, and I'll tell you a little bit more about her in a bit here. I asked her, okay, like what is your favorite flavor of goo? Because I'm very nervous to try it. And she said, well, actually, my favorite thing to eat when I'm running, or to kind of fuel in that way, are these Rip Van waffles. Rip Van waffle. I had seen these in the little kiosk at Starbucks, but I'd never tried one. But it's basically, it says snack waffle, and they're these kind of cute little high carb, kind of high sugar, like little mini waffles that you take out and you can just munch on it, and you definitely get like a sugar and carbohydrate boost for sure. They're 130 calories each, and I've tried two flavors. I've tried the Snickerdoodle and I've tried this one. This is the honey and oats. The honey and oats is my favorite. It is delicious, and I learned that if you warm it up, and you can like literally just put it on top of your coffee cup for it to get warm, then it's like warm and gooey, and it doesn't really taste like a breakfast waffle, like, you know, like a Belgian waffle or like a Mickey waffle. It's more like, I don't know how to explain it. It's more like a wafer cookie waffle, but they're really good. So I'm excited about this. I've been eating these pre-long run, and I have been feeling very energized and happy, or maybe I'm just like freaking high on sugar and carbs, I don't know. But I have a few of them stashed away for my 10-mile race that's coming up this weekend, and I'll be purchasing some more for my Disney World races that are coming up in November. So thank you, Laura, for recommending the Rip Van waffle. Okay, and also in the fitness realm, I have two YouTubers that I would like to recommend to you today. As I mentioned just now, I'm training for these Disney World Run Disney races. I'm not a runner by heart. I've always been into fitness, but running is kind of new for me in the past year or so. So I've been kind of scouring YouTube to find channels that are encouraging and that have advice and that kind of make me feel like I have some sort of clue what's going on with this whole running and Disney thing. And I have found two that have really inspired me and encouraged me and made me feel like motivated and like I'm not alone in my journey. So the first person I want to shout out for fitnessy YouTubers is Laura from Laura Runs and Eats. She's the one who recommended the waffles, so she does run and eat waffles. And she is basically this really nice, classy lady from New York City who, like me, is a yoga teacher, and she's also an actress, and her hobby is running, and she has started training for the Goofy Challenge, which is a half marathon on Saturday and a full marathon on Sunday of the Disney World Marathon weekend. That sounds completely insane to me, but she has been vlogging and kind of recording her running journey, and she's just like a really nice, normal, charming, delightful person who's very down to earth, and I've really connected with her. And if you are into running at all or run Disney, or you just want to meet a very kind soul who's very well spoken and very pleasant to watch on video, I highly recommend going over to her channel, which again is Laura Runs and Eats, and I will link her down below. Hi Laura, if you're watching. I just love your channel and you are just delightful. The second YouTuber I'd like to recommend, also a runner, also a Run Disney person, is Heather Jergensen from Running with Grace. Heather has been very, very busy on her channel answering all kinds of running questions for her audience. So she posts pretty frequently, and she does do some vlogging and some kind of taking you along on her own journey and her own training, but she also has created a really informative channel where she answers questions like how to choose a training plan, and how to fuel for a race, and the importance of recovery, and how do you know if you're overtraining, and kind of all of these questions that a newbie like me has no idea about. So I've been watching her channel pretty much religiously in the months that I've been preparing for these races, and I've really gotten a lot of value out of watching her. So again, another runner, another Disney person, it's Heather Jergensen on YouTube, and I will link to her channel down below as well. She is just great. If you head over to either Laura or Heather's channel, please tell them I sent you and give them some love from me. Okay, my next favorite is probably not going to surprise anybody who watches my channel on a regular basis. I have spent the last 2 months getting completely obsessed with pins. Disney pins and just enamel pins in general. I just want to show you, for my kind of favorite show and tell, my current pin board. And I have a lot more pins than this, I'm kind of ashamed to admit, but this is sort of my fall pin board. I'll give you a quick little baby close-up of this. So I've got some Halloween pins up here, and of course like some villains. I've got this great evil queen one, all of these Halloween-y guys and villains on one side. And then here I've got a first day of fall bell pin and some pins that I feel like are very fall colored or kind of evocative of the fall season, mostly in color. And then I even have some pins that are not official Disney pins that I bought from online sellers, such as this one, which is kind of Haunted Mansion inspired, and these ones, they're little kitties and foxes, and also this Harry Potter one down here. Yeah, so I've basically just been obsessing over pins and rearranging them and arranging them on this board, and I've kind of decided for my pin collecting hobby, like, I don't want to have a room full of corkboard. I have a lot more pins than this, but I think what I'm going to do is once a month, or maybe seasonally, or maybe with holidays, I'm going to redo my seasonal pin board. So like right now it's very fall and very Halloween, and then as soon as Halloween's over, I'm going to change some things out and make it more Thanksgiving-y and Christmassy, and then I'll probably turn it more wintry, and then I'll do a Valentine's Day board, etc. Is that crazy? It's probably crazy, but I think that's how I'm going to manage to sort of display my pins out in my office so that they all get a little bit of love, none of them get neglected. And I was also thinking that maybe once a month or once every 2 months, I would do like my seasonal pin board, more in-depth video where I go through the pins one by one and just kind of show you what I've got out for the season, and you know, and what's new in my pin collecting hobby. Is that a good idea? Would you guys want to watch that? I don't know. Let me know. I'm just a big dork with pins and Disney pins and all the pins and all the things. So yeah, there you go. One of the things I really love about fall is that it is candle season. The weather's gotten cooler, and for me it's kind of candle season all year round in my life, but as the weather gets cooler, I love lighting candles all over the house, and I really enjoy different scents and different fragrances. And lately I've been getting into more artisan candles, or like small shop candles that you can buy on Etsy. Some of them are Disney inspired, some of them are book inspired, and I wanted to share with you a candle shop, an Etsy seller, who makes a couple of candles that I'm just really impressed with. And the name of the shop is Bell & Co. Candle Makers, and her candles are mostly literary inspired or book character inspired, and I've got a whole bunch from her. I unboxed them a while back. It's on my Harry Potter video. I'll link to that down below if you want to see it. But there's two in particular that have stood out to me that are just awesome, especially for fall or moving into the cooler months. So I want to show you these real quick. The first one is the Game of Thrones inspired candle called Arya. It's inspired by the character of Arya Stark, and she's my favorite Game of Thrones character, by the way. And her scent is alpine forest, driftwood, and sea salt. So it's kind of fall into winter, foresty, cool, clean, crispy, woodsy scent. It smells just gorgeous. It's a soy candle. I've been burning the crap out of this. I love the blue color, and I love the awesome artwork that they have on the front. And this next one is actually like my favorite candle ever. This candle is called Ginny, and it is inspired by Ginny Weasley from Harry Potter. And Ginny's scent is mahogany, cinnamon, and sugar. Oh, and it kind of smells like a sugary donut, but it's not too sweet. So the mahogany kind of takes some of the cloying sweetness out of it, and it's just kind of like this really nice woodsy with a sprinkle of cinnamon sugar on top. It's absolutely beautiful. I've been burning the crap out of this one as well. I think this one might have been limited edition. I'm gonna check and see if it's still on her site, and if it is, I will link it down below. But this is like one of my favorite candles of all time. Anyway, I wanted to shout out this shop because every candle I've received has been beautiful and well thought out. I like the art that she does on her jars, on her labels, and she's a small shop. She's not gotten too big for her britches yet. She seems very personable, and I really like her whole vibe. So I'm gonna link Bell & Co. Candle Makers down there, and these are a favorite for this month, and just candles in general, like all candles are a favorite for me this month. Duh. The next favorite is a television favorite. I want to let you know what I am binge watching right now. I am watching the Hulu series The Handmaid's Tale. I know I'm a little bit late to the party on this series, but they just won a whole bunch of Emmys, and I finally sat down, and I'm about halfway through the series, and it is absolutely amazing and such an important piece of television. It feels very timely with many of the things that are going on in the world currently. I don't want to get too deep and too heavy on you, but if you care about women, and if you care about the world and the state of things, I just highly recommend watching this very thought-provoking, kind of deeply questioning series. And also, the acting is unbelievable. I think the actress who's the star is Elizabeth Moss, I think that's her name, and I think she's also a producer of the show as well, and it is a masterpiece. Really beautiful series. If you're a young person and you're watching this, a lot of the issues are very mature, and some of it has honestly been difficult for me to watch, but if you are of mature viewing age and you can watch The Handmaid's Tale, it is something that you can stream on Hulu, and it is totally worth it. I'm sure I will finish the series this week. Okay, and I want to leave you guys with two Disney favorites. The first one is the original Broadway cast album of Aladdin, the musical. I found out a couple days ago that tonight, actually, my husband and my mom and I are all going into Minneapolis to see the touring production of the Broadway musical Aladdin. And so on Spotify, I downloaded the cast album, and I've been listening to it on my runs and on my walks, and the cast album is just fabulous. There are all of the songs from Aladdin that you know and love, but they also have added new music. The singing is great. They've kind of changed up the feel of some of the songs, so it's kind of a fresh take. The one that comes to mind is Prince Ali, da 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 da, Ali Ababa. So it has now this kind of cool, like almost a swing to it, the way that they've put it together. And I've just been really, really loving the Aladdin cast album. And if you're a Spotify user, you can download it for free and listen to it for free. And if you're a Disney fan and you haven't done that yet, do it. It's really amazing. And actually, I love all of the Disney Broadway cast albums. I recently re-listened to the Lion King Broadway album. The Beauty and the Beast one is great. Mary Poppins is great. I can't wait to hear what they do with Frozen. That's coming out on Broadway soon. So if you have Spotify, go and download Aladdin, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Mary Poppins, Frozen I'm sure will be coming very soon. It's just a great way to kind of get a fresh take on some of your favorite Disney tunes. And I'm so excited to go and see the show live tonight at the Orpheum in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I've got my tickets. I'm super excited, and I will try to give you guys an update on that after I see the show. But yay, Aladdin. I love Broadway musicals. I'm a musical theater baby kind of at heart, and it's been a while since I've seen a big show, so I'm so excited. And my final favorite, also a Disney favorite, is Disney's Animal Kingdom Park in Walt Disney World. Now, that might seem like file that under duh, but I feel like Animal Kingdom has not always gotten the recognition or the acclaim that it deserves. I kind of think people have considered it like a half-day park, or people talk about Animal Kingdom like, oh, there's not very many rides there and it's not as good as the other Disney World parks. But honestly, we were there a couple weeks ago, and I've always loved that park, but I think with Pandora, the new Avatar section opening, many more people are being drawn to the park, and they're kind of seeing it with fresh eyes. Pandora is awesome. Like, it's new, it's very high tech. It's kind of stuff you've never seen from Disney before, and it's totally worth it to see Pandora. But then people are venturing out into the greater part of Animal Kingdom Park, and I think people are realizing, maybe for the first time, that that park is a masterpiece. Everywhere you look, there is incredible detail. The Imagineers that put it together did it with such heart and such respect for nature and for the animal kingdom. And I just feel like every time I go there, I see new little things that I haven't noticed before. It's different every time because the animals are there, and you never know what kind of animal experience you might have, or who or what you might see. And it's just such a special place to me that I wanted to shout out Animal Kingdom Park and encourage you, if you are planning a trip to Disney World anytime in the near future, to not just check out Pandora, but to really stop and smell the roses in the rest of Animal Kingdom. It's a beautiful park. It's very amazing. You have to slow down a little bit to appreciate it. It's not like a thrill a moment, although Expedition Everest is very thrilling, and so is Dinosaur, really. Like, those are two major thrill rides. But just take a look around, open your eyes, and see what's there. And if you get a chance to talk to some of the cast members, especially the ones that are near the animals, they are so knowledgeable and have so much to share and so much respect for the creatures that they're in charge of caring for, that you can really learn a lot. So I just wanted to give like a heartfelt shout out of appreciation to Disney's Animal Kingdom and all the cast members that work there and everybody that created it. Like, it's a very special place to me, and I was reminded of that on my most recent trip a couple weeks ago. We saw Pandora, it was awesome, but then we ventured out into Africa and to Asia, and we were like, oh yes, like this park it's our number one. So that's all I wanted to say. Okay guys, that's it for my September favorites video. I know this wasn't my traditional ear hat wearing Disney video, although I did definitely sneak some Disney in there. I'll probably keep doing these once every month or two-ish. If you like favorites videos, give this a quick thumbs up so I know I should keep filming them. And I want to know what your September or August favorites were, or what were your Disney favorites, or what were your beauty favorites. I love kind of hearing what other people are into and appreciating and discovering, so leave a comment down below. And if you haven't hit subscribe yet, hit the subscribe button. I have a lot of Disney content coming your way, and other fun lifestyle-ish things too. Have a wonderful rest of September. I will see you in October. I cannot wait. And that's all for now. Have a magical day. Bye, guys.